Jamaica, I have a question. Out of Mark Golding, right here, sir? And the Jamaican school bus. Which one of them look old, pop down, right off, mash up? Which one? And the answer goes to Mark Golding, obviously. And the sad thing is, a 4K, me save this video in. And it still not give him no justice. Not give him no justice at all. But the thing is, the mere fact is, this man doesn't know our struggle, our plight. You know, especially as a juvenile going to school. How drivers, taxis, as you drive past, we are with them last preference. Even though we have school at 8 o'clock. Them hesitant for carry you. Period, because of the big money them want. So the government put in a school bus system in place just to help out these kids. And all this man is doing is complain. Yeah, you do not see the goodness in this Mark Golding because you have never been through what we've been through. Certain struggles just to get to school. You never. Certain things when I think you qualify to comment on our talk pan. And you was at the top of the stratification of society, so you don't know these struggles. So leave that alone. You fix up yourself. So Mark Golding, you just cannot identify with the struggle of the Jamaican students because you have never lived it. Remember saying, a Benz, a Bentley, a Escalade, you and your kids them go school in, you know. We, sometime a van back we have to hop up on. Period. Sometime a 3 up front, the taxi man them deal with we one time them decide to bring us. Sometime a 4 up front. Sometime the little schoolers them have to catch up and I need the taxi man them harm. Sometime a chunk we have to chunk it. So this rural bus system that is being implemented by the government is much appreciated. Much appreciated, and I'm gonna brand it as the greatest implementation for our school children since independence period. Because it allow the children them to arrive to school in a safely manner and return back home safe. Period. Not only that, watch this Jamaica.
And I see your MP coming with his old bus plan. These old buses that he wants to say is going to provide a solution, a transport solution. It's going to be pure problem, I tell you that. Our solution is to empower the taxi drivers and the bus drivers of Jamaica with a subsidy that we will pay them so they can carry the pick to them and you don't have to find all that money. And we're starting with 20,000 families, and as the economy improves we're going to grow it till we're providing a proper subsidy across the nation to all who need it. And the transport sector, the private operators, the little man them who have them Pro Box and them have them ER wagon, and they will be the beneficiaries of the money that is going to run for that program. So we're empowering the transport operators and we're helping the families with the transport costs of the children going to school. We're penetrating the thing.
Jamaica, a which car name AR wagon? Anybody can Google search it for me? Please, make we find this car that he's mentioning. Or AD wagon he meant to say. Like, see what I'm talking about? The man even know the type of vehicles that are operating in Jamaica. Nah, brand him knows still. But the point that I want to make, and I find it very repulsive, and me can't believe. So Mark Golding come out and say, hey, he might provide subsidies to taxi drivers to bring our kids there. I mean, that's not bad, but compare it to the rural school bus system. It's stupid. Stupidity. Nonsense. I know that you want to oppose Mark Golding, but please do not oppose in the name of opposing. Please make your words be rational. Our ideas be rational when you're trying to oppose. Because what are you suggesting right now? It's blatant nonsense. And I can't believe these comrades are blow on and celebrate in what you just said. You say them need a big pinch man them arm. If you make them know, say, look, you need to have sense. Listen and be practical. We don't fool again. We're supposed to be educated. Information is at our fingertip right now. And the medieval days when they couldn't even read. Let us be practical, Jamaica, and let's apply the suggestion of what Mr. Mark Golding said to the everyday struggle and strife of our kids. And these persons who are at Mr. Mark Golding rally or whatever, if they were honest with this man, they would told Mark Golding that what that he's suggesting is absolutely nonsense, rubbish. Cause first of all, when these parents in Jamaica put them kids out to take taxi, there is a sense of fear, considering that they know how the taxi men in Jamaica operates. It's a rush hour. It's an activity where these kids are sent out a little bit earlier than the normal just to get a taxi to reach the school. And the only way, our typical way, is that they are being transported is if they are in a more compromising position to travel in these taxi units, based on the fact that they gonna be the one that I go catch up a front with some elder, catch up underneath the taxi man arms, or be in a car trunk. First of all, the reckless driving of these taxi men, it's something astonishing. You can't really blame them, because yes, that's the hustle for them. But they are so grabalicious and they look past, and as me say, in relation to this taxi thing, the student them get the crap. Also, talk about the safety. This is a very sensitive topic, and by no means I am not spreading any negative connotation on the taxi operators in Jamaica, but I have to be practical, and I have witnessed on several occasions where police comes for taximan, arrest them just because a complaint was lodged to the station in relation to their the parents them schoolgirls being touched or have some form of compromisation in the transportation of these kids. That's the facts. You have known a youth where literally he was jovial, him crack a lot of joke, and but something was off with this youth. And he loved schoolgirl bad, and now he's behind bars just because he take a one schoolgirl literally and could have his way with her, period. And that is a sad reality. And I am not, as I said, not bringing or highlighting any negativity in relation to the taxi operators in Jamaica, but I am just talking on the mere fact that between providing subsidies to taxi operators to bring our children to school and the rural school bus system in relation to safety, the rural school bus system beat what Mark Golding said by far. Lead it by daylight, and there are several reasons. Within the rural school bus system, parents can properly check and monitor their kids' cards. This will come with a app where parents will download and they can track when these kids take this bus and when the kids come out for the bus at school, when them get picked up from school and when them arrive. If there will be a delay, yes, this app also will highlight it to the parents them. So that's safety number one. Also, the government will track the whereabouts of these buses. That means that them cannot deviate from the typical route. So, I don't know what the hell Mr. Mark Golding is talking about. Also, speed control, because trust me, these buses will come with a GPS or tracker to ensure that the required speed are transport these kids safely to school and safely back home. With this public transport system, how the hell will this work? And as we know, in relation to the taximan tendency in Jamaica, it's just like grabalicious. Get them, drop them off, go again. Gas. Two up front. Creating hazard. Four up front, creating hazard. Throw them in a vehicle back. And all these things. A school bus that has AC, properly monitored, more safer. And I know a lot of parents in Jamaica has have negative encounter in relation to these operators with them picnic. We know. Especially school girls, as I mentioned, there's a lot of persons that have certain negative things in relation to, the taxi man, them or the conductor, them, yes, and I do all sort of things with them picnic. And I mean, sister, listen, I have experienced it and heard it from a lot of lips. So I'm not here to spread no negative aspersion, but I have witnessed taxi men cussing at the taxi man and say, move from yourself. Boy, I allow the people, them girl pick me alone. All of these things we have to take in consideration. when we are putting things in place for our kids, and the school bus system is the best and the most safest way to move forward in the transportation of our school children. Period. So what Mark Wallen is coming with? Nonsense. He's talking about, yes, this will trickle money throughout the economy in these taxman pocket, but trust me, this bus system will also provide employment for these taxmen if they want to, so them can work with government where them thing is more secure, you see it, and more credible. Not only that, Jamaica, this rural school bus system is more cost effective, and if things are cost effective, that's the way to go. It will morph into something more monumental and more in depth in relation to the transportation of our kids. Not to pay out subsidies to drivers. And at the end of the day, if we're being practical and a mathematical persuasion, it's gonna cost the government a whole lot with providing subsidies to taxi drivers and parents or whatever. That is totally, absolutely nonsense. Garbage, Jamaica. I can't believe. So you really listen to this man. And as I said, these persons who have blow the fifi or whatever them call it, they get a pinch on them arm for say Mark Golding. What you are talking absolutely rubbish. Once an idea is good, give it support, man. You know, I better Mark Golding did come out and say him have ways to improve this and way to put things in place. Not to talk about this nonsense, rubbish, knock of work, whole buses, this and put this would make sense more. So basically, he's disregarding. He is disregarding the youth them safety. But that Rumble Show, man, Rumble, like this video.